So a few days ago, I made a post in the community tab on the channel telling you guys how I pretty much just binge read all of Boruto within a few hours and how much I enjoyed it, and a ton of you guys seem to feel the same. Taking in so much info at one time definitely kind of got my head spinning with so many different things I'm excited to talk to you guys about. However, as I got to the most recent chapter, which was chapter 51, I was honestly shocked at how quickly things changed in the heat of battle. Naruto, along of course with his partner Kurama, have pulled off something unthinkable in the form of transcendence as the battle against the Otsutsuki continues. If you guys haven't caught up in Boruto by now, I highly recommend it if you were on the fence before. The story of this loudmouth, ungrateful brat Boruto quickly turns into a story of growth and understanding as Naruto and his son patch up their relationship along the way to defeating a familiar evil looking to drain the very planet dry of all life, the Otsutsuki, or more commonly known to them as the organization Kara. The goal of Kara is simple: the blooming of the divine tree in order to produce the chakra fruit, the source of all chakra. Wait, before I get ahead of myself though, what does all of this have to do with Naruto and this Super Saiyan-like panel you've probably seen floating around recently? Well, while the goal of Kara may seem simple, there are specific conditions that must be met in order for this plan to be fully enacted, and it of course involves not Naruto, but his son Boruto. After the battle with Momoshiki, when Boruto obliterated him with the giant Rasengan, Momoshiki converted himself into a file that was implanted into Boruto's palm, known as Karma. This has been the source of pretty much all of Boruto's troubles since well before anyone even knew of this marking that slowly eats away at his body, transforming him by the second. Ishiki, the Otsutsuki that arrived on Earth well before their time with Kaguya, has since been drawn out of his host body by a shinobi named Kashin Koji, whom has his own very interesting story to him. Both Naruto and Sasuke have been really impressive in their earlier battles during the manga. However, Ishiki Otsutsuki is far more powerful and dangerous than any Akatsuki member or Madara. As Boruto's karma grows and continues to spread within him, not only do the others need to focus on defeating Ishiki, but they also need to have a close eye on him as well, because if he does succumb to karma, then they'll have no other choice. The entirety of the Boruto manga so far has been pretty amazing in my opinion, guys, despite any amount of hate you may hear or see, and I think it honestly does a pretty decent job of paying homage to the original Naruto, as it should, but of course, it doesn't need to or have to. Before we begin talking about Naruto though, if you guys want to check out the official Boruto manga for yourselves, as always, I do recommend sites like Viz Media and the Shonen Jump app to support the homie Kishi and all of the official releases. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to have that notification bell turned on by clicking the bell icon down below to never miss a future anime upload as soon as it drops, and if you've been enjoying the anime content recently, consider leaving a like on this video as well. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content, guys. But without further ado, Boruto and the next generation of shinobi growing up in Konoha have shown a frightening amount of promise in the anime so far, and as far as Team 7 themselves go, these three young shinobi along with the newly acquainted Kawaki all seem to possess very specific destiny. The battle with Momoshiki, one of the legendary Otsutsuki, has left its mark on the ninja world as well as Boruto in more ways than one. The Kara, a secret organization bent on resurrecting former Otsutsuki members, bears a striking resemblance to that of the Akatsuki, just as cold-driven and heartless as they were in the past. The leader of Kara, Jigen, or Ishiki as we come to know of him later, has been harboring and experimenting on human vessels in the form of children in order to reborn himself in a worthy body strong enough to contain the chakra of an Otsutsuki. Originally, the new vessel for Ishiki was supposed to be Kawaki, who had been groomed into the only body worthy of containing him. Rescued by Boruto and his squad, Kawaki is eventually brought back to the village after being found in the middle of nowhere and is instructed to stay in the village from now on, specifically under the watchful eye of Naruto until they figure out just what's going on here. A strange occurrence has taken place, however, as soon as Boruto and Kawaki meet one another, their separate karma symbols in their hands begin to resonate with each other, giving them the ability, as Kawaki displayed and kind of explained, to almost share the same Otsutsuki powers such as space-time ninjutsu that they went on to use to rescue Naruto. Jigen, the previous temporary vessel containing Ishiki until Kawaki had completed his process, met its brutal ends at the hand of Kashin Koji. But this only forced Ishiki to reincarnate himself on the spot by retracting any previous traces of karma he had previously put out and focus his power on his resurrection into his true form. This was a quick way to get under the god's skin, as now the karma symbol that he had implanted in Kawaki to allow the transfer of the vessel to be complete had to be deleted in order for Ishiki to survive and bring himself back. His power in his true form was astonishing, as Kashin Koji, even in his famous Sage mode, and we'll probably talk about all of this stuff in separate videos guys, was no match for the mysterious and frightening powers of an Otsutsuki. However, he was able to escape with his life thanks to a nifty summoning jutsu. This is when, now in his true form, Ishiki decides to just go to the Leaf Village directly and take Kawaki and now notably Boruto back for the completion of the ritual. Thanks to intel interrogated out of the former head of technology, accomplice of Kara, and the one who continues to technologically advance the Otsutsuki at their demand, Amado, Shikamaru, Sasuke, and the others are able to reveal that not only is Kawaki meant to be the next vessel for Ishiki, but Boruto, now infected with the will of Momoshiki, has been designated as the requirement for meeting the second condition of completing the Divine Tree, a live Otsutsuki sacrifice to the Ten Tails. Now that Boruto has become the vessel for Momoshiki after receiving karma, Ishiki himself no longer has to sacrifice himself to the Ten Tails in order to complete the ritual for the tree, and at this current moment, he's showing to be much stronger than both Naruto and Sasuke, with Sasuke having been knocked out cold by his last attack. Boruto's last resort after learning of his importance to the Otsutsuki now is putting a kunai to his own neck and warning Ishiki that he knows how important he is to their process and isn't afraid to take his own life to thwart him. This does little to provoke the god, however, as Ishiki easily disarms Boruto, and upon Boruto firing off another Rasengan, his attack is reduced to nothing and his arms snap as Ishiki stands atop a battlefield of fallen shinobi. However, the Hokage still stands and Naruto will protect his comrades above all else. Unfortunately for him, Ishiki's power is far greater and still much more mysterious than they have a clear understanding for, as right now, even Naruto and Kurama admit via their internal conversation in the battle that they honestly have no plan here. Naruto swears, however, that even if it ends up killing him, he will save everyone even if his dead corpse is still hanging on to this guy. "Are you really prepared to die here, Naruto?" Kurama asks him ominously, to which Naruto gives him a stern look and insists that he really doesn't see any other way out of this right now. This is when it seems that Kurama pretty much comes to terms with himself now that they'll both soon cease to exist here together. However, he does have one final plan. One that's only worth a try if they did plan on dying here anyway. As Naruto maneuvers around the battlefield and makes his way back to save Boruto, Ishiki gives them one final chance to surrender as he's lost his patience with them. This is when Kurama asks Naruto one last time if he's sure he wants to go through with this plan, whatever it is, because if they do this, they will die. To which Naruto replies to him the only way we'd expect, honestly, that he's been prepared to die to save the village and everyone in it since he decided he even wanted to become Hokage. And then, Kurama makes the hand seal, and a devastating amount of chakra is released, sweeping the battlefield in a shockwave. As the smoke finally winds down, we see that Naruto has now undergone what looks to be some sort of full-on humanoid fusion of his Bijuu mode. With their full power released, likely far past even his and Kurama's own limits, Naruto has transcended, becoming something that leaves even an Otsutsuki in awe. A final form for Naruto, and befitting that his ultimate power be one that has the power to not only save the world, but take his own life as well. In the next chapter of Boruto, the true power of the 7th Hokage Naruto will be revealed, so if you guys don't want to miss that, be sure to have that notification bell turned on by clicking the bell icon down below to never miss an anime upload as soon as they drop, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have been uploading a ton recently. Down below in the comments, let me know what you guys think about the upcoming Boruto chapter and if you think that this final form will really end in Naruto and Kurama's death. If you've been enjoying all of the anime content recently, consider leaving a like on this video, and don't forget to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.